Oh, we're looking for people called Vubbo.
No, but what I'm saying is I have no horse in this race.
Oh, they're my eggs. Harold. Ian Harold.
So, guys, what's your favourite breakfast meat? Hello, and welcome back to the 48th Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast with myself, Edwin, William to my left or your right, and Ben Hameen behind the camera. Wow, you actually interrupted me there. That's kind of crazy.
I was so excited for the podcast.
Nice. At the beginning of every C.R.E.A.M podcast, we ask the question, do cars rule or ruin everything around us? William, what is it today?
I'm going to say rule.
Okay.
But there's a little hint of ruin in there.
A looming ruin?
Because a car has left Casa de Chandler, and it's my Clio.
It's gone.
I'm actually very, very sad about it. I do not get sad when I get rid of a car, because normally I've come to that decision of, right, it's time to go get something else. I am still looking for something else. But the Clio, I decided of months of looking at it on the driveway and not using it, which was the main decision that I made, really. It had to go. And this is the perfect place to sell a car. We said this. Under like $5,000.
You will sell a car.
You come to this unit, you go to Auto Alex, anyone here, you will sell that car in 24 hours.
Someone will buy the car.
You might need to badger that person and keep on at them. But I said to Taylor, I was like, do you want my Clio? And he went, yeah. Shall
I let everyone in on the little secret?
Oh, God.
You know what? People aren't going to feel bad for us after this. Will said to me, I'll get rid of it for like $2,500, which would be very, very cheap.
Yeah.
To just get it moved on. And I said, I reckon you could get it a bit more. Like, I'll buy it off you for $2,500. And then Taylor walked in and I went, Taylor, surely you want Will's car for $3,500? Yeah. And Taylor went, maybe. We talked for a while, and then he paid you $3,000 for it?
Yeah, he texted me that night, and because I sent him all the details, and he went, William, that Clio, will you sell it? And he offered me $3,000, and I said, yeah, you know what? Why not? And he collected it 2 or 3 days later, and I was actually, I had that thing where when you sell a car, and I went through loads of the details. He knew about the car, but I went through everything, and as I was going through the details, I thought, God, I have spent so much time on this car. Why am I selling it?
Why do it? Yeah.
I spent well over £10,000 on that car. I've sold it for $3,000. It's a tough one. It's investment advice is not what you're here for.
No, TDC is not the place to come.
But other than that, I don't actually know why it's a rule. I don't have my McLaren back yet. My Clio is gone.
Well, we have bought something quite cool.
But that is also quite ruining.
Not yet.
But it could be.
It could be. It really could be.
It really could be.
Do you want to tell them about it?
We bought V10. We bought the world's only turbocharged V10. I won't go on any longer. It's an Audi RS6.
It is.
Which is, if you don't know, one of the scariest prospects for ownership you will ever come across in a vehicle. Yes, they might be cheap, and ours is exceptionally cheap.
The video is coming soon.
But God, just don't Google it.
Don't. We Googled it, and we live in fear.
Yeah.
Basically, everything requires an engine out job. An engine out job is 40 hours of labour. We thought it was we asked ChatGPT and it told us that, and we were like, yeah, pull the other one, ChatGPT. No, we then spoke to RE Performance and they said, yeah, no, we get that way down. We get that down to like 30. 30 hours? Sorry, what?
30 hours?
Yeah.
That's days and days. That's a week-ish.
Yeah.
It's not a week, but for us, that will be a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of getting it out.
Well into a week just to get it out.
So we're just going to leave it in.
And, just drive it as is.
Drive it as is because it's in great condition.
It's in great condition.
What is your rule or ruin?
It's been a week of ups and downs.
Okay.
But I'm in rule.
Ooh.
Firstly, for the first reason, I can't remember if I mentioned it on the last podcast, but I had a track day booked and I was going to go in my M3, which makes the logical sense.
Yep.
M3s, they are used on track all the time. They're good fun. I've driven mine on one before. Perfect idea. So what I did was I brought my 100 horsepower 316i instead. So I took that and I had to drive it up to Anglesey, which is a 4-hour, 45-minute journey away. Luckily, I had some friends there, so went up with some friends. It was fine on the way up. I then proceeded to beat the ever-loving piss out of this car. If anybody else was there, you would have seen me Scandinavian flicking it into corners because that was the only way I could get it to do anything. But it was incredible fun. And then right on the last lap, I was with my friend in the car and we were being dumb. And I was going, and we're going to go hard into the... And as I said that, I heard dum, dum, dum. And we both looked at each other and went, that was weird. What was that noise? And the moment I touched the accelerator, I heard an earth-shattering metal clunk from the back. And so I just put it in neutral and rolled into the pits. and again, it made the noise. And I said to him, "Go have a look underneath the back of the car." And yeah, the whole diff was just smacking the subframe.
Nice.
Because one of the diff mounts had just fallen out. It disintegrated and just, vaporized. So I went around the pits going to anybody that had a BMW and said, "Mate, out of interest, do you have an E36 differential
Do
bushing?"
you need those?
Yeah. And obviously no one did, but the next day we got it fixed and got it back up and working. But I'm very pleased. I'm glad I did one track day with this original engine. It may now get the new engine. So
He's signed off.
he's done. Yeah, he's done his work. And I will. Oh, but there's another piece of information. You know about this. Everyone around here knows about it, so I won't stop talking about it. But there is a development on the Ferrari front.
Oh,
you see, we were talking in the last episodes about wanting a Ferrari, a 550 Maranello. I wanted one that was crashed, and I said, hopefully, we put the video out, and someone happens to comment who has a crashed one, full well knowing no one's doing that. And yet, a man called Jeremy commented, not JC, commented on the video and said, "Yeah, I've got a crashed one in France. It's unrecorded. It's been sitting for 3 years." And I looked at it and I was like, "Nah, there's no way."
Scam.
Yeah. So I replied and said, "Send an email." So he sent me the photo, which was his profile photo, which is this, which is
conveniently cropped.
It's quite conveniently cropped, but you can see there's some damage on a Ferrari 550 Maranello. Asked him for some more detail. He literally responded to the email with that photo and a full photo of the V5.
I saw that, yeah,
with the whole number as well, so I could just transfer it.
So it's your car now,
but
basically.
And it just said, "You can contact me here." That was it. That was the only message. I replied, and Ben, we were in the car multiple times. I replied. I gave him like 5 days. He hadn't responded. I was like, "What's going on, man? Where's the car? What's happening with the car?" And he finally responded and gave me some more information. Sent me another photo. It's not looking good, bruv.
Oh, and that's oil?
That is oil and coolant and everything, and that's quite a crashed Ferrari.
Headlight dip is aimed way too high.
But MOT test that, mate. So yeah, for those of you that can't see, it is a quite well crashed Ferrari 550. It's in France. It's still there. It was crashed 2 years ago and is still going through insurance at the moment, trying to get them to pay out on it.
Yeah.
Because it's UK registered in France. But I'm speaking to him and in the middle of trying to work out how I could sell my family members. Ben is up for sale, by the way. I have
very good deal.
I've got him on sale or return.
He's going cheap.
So
no returns.
No.
You don't want that.
So anybody that wants to buy anything of mine, including Ben, please, I will. So hopefully that materializes into something. So for that reason, it's a rule.
It's almost perfect.
It is, but it's also really scary.
It is really
because I've been
scary.
speaking to some parts people, and the list that I was given by the owner, Jeremy, comes out as nearly £30,000.
Oh, okay,
that's new parts. So I think with used parts, we could get that out 29, 28.
A little bit of scavenging, a little bit of YouTube trickery.
A little bit of my girlfriend literally said I could go and crash into one in the UK for you to get written off. I said that's not really how that works.
She'd have to run to Sicily or something for a year. and then come back afterwards.
Usually no extradition over there. So
you can't do that. Okay, well that is exciting.
It is very exciting. I'm excited at just getting photos over email.
Jeremy, if you're listening, come on,
big shout out.
Come on, let's get this deal going, shall we?
Benjamin?
Hi. Ruin for me.
Okay.
I'm just dealing with cars. It's not actually that big of a deal. I'm just doing maintenance bits on the X5. It's had a wheel bearing, so hopefully I will not now die on the motorway. Excuse me. And the Clio, I think I mentioned last time how it was overheating, so I did some more testing.
Have we talked about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It overheated, but I said I hadn't touched it since. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
that was when it was good.
Look at that.
So that is your 182 Clio, which you bought from Will.
Yeah.
You took it to the track day. You had lots of fun.
Great fun.
And now,
ever since then, that was in June the 20th, something like that.
And now it's not.
I haven't driven
fun.
it since, so it's gone off. It's had its belt work done, which was just maintenance. It didn't need that doing, but didn't need it because of the track day. And now it has, not suspension issues, but it feels very loose.
Gearbox issues.
Gearbox issues.
Now, Ben, I was going to suggest something the other day.
Engine issues.
What say you to one night taking the trailer and the tow car home?
Oh God!
Loading it up and bringing it here.
I don't know if you know, but we have an automotive podcast.
Okay.
And
a YouTube channel. Two of them, in fact.
Do we?
That we make content on sort of fixing cars.
You actually edit on it.
What would I do?
I actually think this car may have featured in a very popular video. Roughly 1 million people.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah. So if you want, we're more than happy to feature.
It might be that, to be fair, because the poor guy is not happy, and
is that you?
Yes. No, so it had
Cleo's fine.
so it had no heating issue. I did some investigation work, and it's a weird one. It's a weird one for sure.
So you're losing coolant, but you don't know where it's going.
So I mean, quite very briefly walk you through it. Okay. Drove the car, hadn't driven for about a month.
Cool.
It came from getting the belts done, and it needs an alignment really badly.
Sure.
So we went to America. Loads of other stuff was happening. I've been very busy, so I just left it. It's been sat there, whatever. And then me and one of my good friends were like, let's go for a little
jaunt,
little blast, you know. And we went out. I got possibly a mile from my house, and it overheated, which was very weird. And I was like, that's odd. Looked in it, nothing leaking. Cool. Got quite annoyed at the car. Went back down the road and parked it at my house.
When you say overheated, it got hot or it went all the way to the top?
I didn't let it, but it would have done.
It would have gone.
Yeah. I didn't let it. It got to, I don't know, call it the orange.
It got to hot.
It doesn't have like a color thing, but if it was, it would be the orange, not the red. But it would have gone to red. Anyway, parked it up. Cool. No worries. I'll ignore this for like a week now. A week later, it was the weekend again. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to have a look at this car. Went to look in the engine bay, and there was no coolant in the engine bay. Or, well, there was a bit, but like a lot less than what was in there. So I thought, that's great. So I pulled up to my driveway, and I spent the next hour just investigating. And I don't know much about anything, but...
Now, one question I actually can't remember asking.
Yes.
I think Edwin did ask this, and we'll get onto fan-related issues just after this story. Does the fan come on?
No.
Okay, so maybe you might just have a dicky fan.
Yeah. But here's where it gets weird. So
a twist.
So I spent a while looking at it, checking whether you know different coolant pipes were getting hot. Really investigation. The reservoir no longer pressurizes, which is kind of weird. But and it doesn't get hot in there. But then a lot of all the other lines get hot, and the engine now doesn't overheat. I've refilled it with coolant. I've driven it, and it doesn't overheat. Okay, so you think, okay, maybe it's fixed itself. New issue. He's French. Bless him.
Of course.
Oui.
It now only fires hot air into the car, no matter what. 16 degrees on the climate control, that's hot air. Okay, yeah. There's that. And now also, so all that happened, and I was like, cool, I'm going to have to just take it to a specialist car. I ain't got a clue about anything. And then I looked at it about another week later, and all the coolant was still in the car. So something's going on, and I don't know. These two thought it was a head gasket, and it may well could be.
No, we never thought
it should not be now.
We were teasing.
But it's not. It has no other symptoms.
But it also, because people are going to go, okay, heater matrix, but there's no water in the car.
No, nothing leaking into the car. There are two pipes that go into the cabin, which is obviously where that is, but those didn't seem wet. They look. Also, the worrying thing about the whole car is that all of the coolant lines are kind of new. Not brand new, but they're not the original
all
ones.
Silicon.
Yeah, they're upgraded guys.
I say you just turn it into a track car. I think that's the solution.
That ended well last time, didn't it? Well, it's gone to a specialist now because I don't. Fair. And I told him the issue, and he started laughing.
Well, that's tough. That's never good.
Not laughing like, haha, look at it, but as in like, oh, that's a fun one to deal with.
Well, idiot. To be fair, he touched part of the coolant lines when he was doing the gearbox, right?
So the only thing that obviously it's had the belts done, and it had water pump changed.
So you can blame him then.
I said to him on the phone,
you did
I said to him, I was like, can you check the water pump? And he said he's never known one to go because it's a brand new OEM part. I said, just give him a check. Okay. But it doesn't make any sense because the engine doesn't overheat. So surely the water's getting pumped around the engine.
Yeah, it's very strange.
So then I've got that on Monday. It was quite funny. That was yesterday. Today's Tuesday. I almost couldn't come in today because I was on the phone with the specialist for the X5 being like, please, can you finish this car quickly? And I just thought, if you've got two cars, there should never be a time where you don't have a car, and it almost happened. So
it always happens.
It's great.
Always happens.
It's great.
So a ruin overall.
Oh, yeah, a big ruin. Sorry, it's a bit of a long-winded one, but yeah.
No, okay, that's fine.
I think you'll do a change.
Yeah.
But you can't shift a dead car.
You can.
I did. Will's just done it.
Yeah, I just did it.
At great expense.
Although I will say, do you know what? I will mention this, Ben, and you won't like this. I sold that car to Taylor for what I think is actually a very, very good price. It needs a couple of bits sorted. I told Ben about this.
Yes.
And what did Ben say?
Now, Ben, I'm going to be the impartial judge here.
The mediator.
Because I heard the word, and Ben claims to have not said the word. Ben said, oh, I would have bought it from you for that.
Okay. Yeah. Now, may the defense please make their case.
Please, after you.
So I didn't say that.
Okay. now, just as a sidebar quickly, that doesn't tend to work in court.
Your Honour.
Your Honour, nuh-uh.
Well, literally, okay, I
didn't do nothing.
Will said I sold it for, I said, how much you sell the Clio for? Thinking 6-7 grand. He spent
30,000-40,000.
He spent £11,000 on the car. I thought maybe he'd not lose that much. Sorry, Will. He goes 3 grand. And I said, wow, even for that price, I might have considered it.
There was
I might have bought it. I said
Ben,
might,
Ben
100%.
inserts these little mights and maybes and
no, I
possiblies.
said might.
Ben shoulda, coulda, woulda.
He is the master gaslighter. Any of you in the comments that go, "Oh, you're so mean to Ben." Ben is the manipulator 9000. He's there
with the strings.
But you have done that multiple times before. You go, "No, I didn't say that," and we get proof, and it's clear as day.
No,
You say it.
what proof?
I'm
What
going to
proof?
put CCTV in this unit.
Fine.
And you better keep that shit
That's
zipped.
that's the Cream live cast.
Hang on. Wait. No, I said might have.
No,
No, you definitely.
No.
You literally said to me, which is
I
what,
hate
which
this
is why it
because-
surprised me so much. Is you said I would have bought that
Yeah,
from you,
if-
and I said to you on the spot, I said no. Had I offered it to you, you would have said no.
I
Correct.
said might have bought it, and you said yeah, you would have said no.
There's no-
No.
there's no way.
Hang on.
There's no-
This is what happens though. Is that so in this scenario, it's actually no one knows who's right because these guys don't know,
No,
and I technically don't know because we have a point of contention here. Okay.
but the thing is,
but hang on.
No,
but you two sit there and you go.
I'm going to make a point.
No,
here.
hang on, I'm not
All
finished.
no,
You go. I'll say it right as if like this is what I believe, and you go. This is what I believe, but also this is correct.
No, but what I'm saying is I have no horse in this race. Right? I have no reason to lie. I heard what I heard. And it was you saying, I'd have bought it for you.
These
was a
two will
fairly-
never admit, even if it was.
It was a fairly close quarters conversation. It wasn't. Edwin wasn't in another
Yeah.
room.
I wasn't back at home.
We
and I
were-
went, hold on, I hear it. There's Ben
Nah.
speaking about buying
That's
cars.
Ben
I said might
manipulating
have.
William's words.
I'm not a manipulator. I believe I said that.
That's fine.
I believe I said
Look, I
it.
don't want you to twist this narrative any further than you already have.
I believe I said it.
I don't know.
And you know what? Let's just agree to disagree.
You know what? You're big media.
Yeah.
You are.
Media.
Coming in and
You're fake news.
run the fake stories. Shall we do some news?
Let's do
We actually have news.
We are on news, and Ben has been absolutely slinging
Yeah.
news at us that I didn't even know about. Ben, you are quite the liar.
I'm slinging
I've heard. Shall we start off with?
Wait, hold on. Is this just information of the week?
I think this is information.
Lovely.
Certainly facts.
Well, because also I've just been called a manipulator in front of thousands of people, so I need to
It's
not lie
actually
now.
tens of thousands of people.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Very
Okay.
popular podcast. The McLaren collection we spoke
Yes.
about. Auger,
Mansour Auger's collection.
which is mostly one color.
Yes, I will be honest. When we first talked about this, I hadn't realised that he'd passed away. Hence why he was selling off the collection. He
wasn't.
But yeah, the news is that the entire collection was bought by one person.
Was it I heard $75 million.
Something around that. That is absolutely
Now,
crazy.
if you're listening, and that was you,
Can we have a go?
can you come forward and say, was that true? Was it you, Ben?
Listen, check a TDC car park.
But there's an RS6 in there that we're scared of. So yeah, there it is. But that is, I keep hearing about this more and more, but only in the last like 5 to 10 years, is that I think cars among the super elite are becoming more and more fashionable, or whatever you want to call it, because it's the same thing with that the S1LM, the Gordon Murray thing. The same collector bought all 5 S1LMs. Now, I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, that's so selfish." He commissioned them. It's not like
We're not making
It's not
it,
like Gordon
and then-
Murray made
yeah.
them, and one guy walked in and went, "I'll have them all."
It's
This
not
whole
like people
operation was
like
your
rushing into Tesco's
It-
and buying all the PS5s and then putting them on eBay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
He said, "Make the PS5 for me.
Yeah.
I'll buy it."
It wasn't anything from the trolley, dear. It was, "I'll make you make the trolley,
Yeah.
and then I'll have the entire lot."
On that Brunei energy.
Yeah.
I think.
Exactly.
Make me this.
I'll take them all. So, but that is kind of crazy. Also, it kind of feels like cheating.
Although commissioning 5 is a bit odd.
It is a bit odd.
Because that's what makes it sound nice. Like, we made 5, one man bought them all. Because then you go, that's a bit selfish.
Yeah.
If someone said, I've commissioned it, but you can just make me one.
Well, I assume it is because there were 5 F1LMs.
Ah.
So,
Just rich people problems.
yeah, exactly.
Look, there are 5 F1LMs, so you're going to
It's going to have to be a 5 S1LM.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh,
I
what?
never knew that.
And you're going to pay what? Oh, is it that much? Okay,
Is it
all right.
all of the bread in the world?
$55 million. All right. Okay, we'll do that.
Completely understandable,
Yeah,
mate.
do that. Should be some change left on that one.
Meanwhile, 1.5 McLaren F1s. So yeah, whoever's got that collection, top stuff. I would like to see some of them being out and about driven, not
Part
just
of me looks at it, right, and says, now, I'm no expert, but I'm not seeing $75 million in there.
I
know a
agree.
big chunk of that's the F1.
yeah, big
But
chunk.
I'm looking at the rest of it. Some of this it's in the
Couple
sort of
mil.
like poor people territory of $100,000s of dollars.
Yeah.
How many of those things there are $1 million?
Well, what is- so-
Speedtail? $1 million or 2,
Yeah.
maybe.
I don't know, an Elva, don't know how much those
No,
are.
Speedtail, there was one for sale at RM when we went there, which was like 3 million.
No,
Okay.
it didn't sell for that much.
Did it not?
It sold real low on its estimate.
Okay.
Okay.
If it was in pounds, I think it would start with a 1.
Didn't it also have like 4 miles? That
Yeah, it
car?
was
I would
super low.
assume these all have the same.
Let's say that's 2 million. This is Sabre.
A Sabre G, yeah.
I don't know.
Something
I don't know
like
how much that is.
But call it 2. Call all of them 2. So
Bunch of
McLaren
Sennas.
F1 is 25. Now, the McLaren F1, the thing is, they trade behind closed doors. So people believe, they're a £25 million /dollar car.
Yeah.
But there are definitely ones trading for far more than that behind closed doors. So the P1 is what, 2 or 3 mil now?
Yeah, probably.
For that. But interesting. I guess also, whatever the cost is, you then have to add the tax of he is part of McLaren. These cars are the only ones in the world that have his name on it as opposed to McLaren badge, whatever.
Do you also get you pay more because it's the collection? Do you know what I mean? It's like you can buy the whole collection.
But in theory, that should be a discount. Surely I'm helping you here.
It's like Costco.
Yeah, exactly. It's Costco. Why am I
It's like buying from Alibaba.
going into Costco? And they go, you have 100 paper plates. Well, because you're buying 100, that'll be £600,000 as opposed to 20p for one.
And then you buy those, and they go, oh, by the way, until they go, there's VAT.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't work that out.
But they go, but you can have a hot dog. So,
Do you know what? I'm there. If it was a Costco hot dog, I'd pay 75 mil.
but whoever's got the collection, let us know. We want to have a go. Thanks.
Just the F1. Just the F1 will do.
Yeah, just the F1. Always the F1.
Like just 10% of the collection. iX3, I'm going to assume that's not news. Is that a story?
No, that's a news, mate.
We'll carry. Oh, that is news.
That's news, mate.
iX3.
That's a new.
Take it away.
That's a new car.
Mr. Manipulator.
Edwin.
Ooh, hello.
The new class. Is that what it's called?
The Neue class.
So this is the new iX3. It is the production one. I think we mentioned it a while ago because it has a horrible steering wheel. But this is now the production guy, and it's the first Neue. What is it?
Neue class. Yeah.
The new design era for BMW. The reinvention, and it is horrible.
Now, at the first, I thought, you know what, I could probably get used to the front end, but I've just seen the rear, and I'm not getting used to that. That is, do you know what
that is like someone has sliced the new M5 down the middle and then just shut. You know when you slice a cake and then you shuffle it together? That's what they look like they've done that with.
Why has the badge got like a nose?
Yeah, it really does.
It's so weird.
Now, there is someone who is American at home and is watching, for those of you that aren't watching, have a look at the car up, but it is a really not great looking car. There is a Lincoln from the early 2000s or late 2000s that shares that sort of rear end and looks horrible.
Why has it got the mother of all diffusers on it?
What is this?
Well, it is electric.
Why is it going to Le Mans
This
with
is
its
a Lincoln.
diffuser?
It's electric, so it's probably got a bit of aero,
Oh yeah, it's got to keep that weight off the ground. Yeah.
A Lincoln Mark Z. Now tell me that isn't a derivative. They aren't of the same arse-feeding fish family. That's
tough.
That is a tough looking car.
Can we get an interior shot if possible?
Oh, please
Because
offer me.
as far as I'm aware, the steering wheel we mentioned before, which for listeners is, imagine a 2-spoke steering wheel, i.e. where your hands are, there's 2 spokes. It's got one at the 12 o'clock mark and one at the 6 o'clock mark. So it's like a cross.
Yeah.
And I hate it. It looks stupid.
So it's literally what they did in the 90s, but instead of they've taken a steering wheel from the 90s and turned it 90 degrees.
I hate that screen. Why can't it be square? Why has it got to be? Why is it? What shape is that?
That is a trapezoid.
A trapezium.
I don't mind.
No, I think that's the circus.
The steering wheel I don't mind,
What's a
and I quite like
squashed
that center console thing because it's very simple. But why is the screen falling over?
And then you've got another screen at the top there.
Parallelogram.
Parallelogram.
Oh, it's got a hybrid. It's got a not Nissan. It's got a Prius-esque screen thing over on the dashboard like that.
God, what's going on anymore?
Honestly,
it's tough to say.
BMW looks at that and went, "This is our new design. This is what we're going to base everything off of." And God help you.
Yeah, I still like the 3 Series thing, even with those long lights. But the new M3 thing with teased with that, I like that. I think that can be cool. But if they run them out like this, it's going to be an XM season where everyone looks at them and goes, "Ugh."
You get rid of that big screen. I think that interior would be all right.
Yeah. Oh well, another common L for BMW in 2025.
Increasingly more so.
Now, this podcast has once again been sponsored by our boys at Febby Bilstein and Blueprint Car Parts. Just over there, to my left, I can see a box full of Febby bits for our 205, because even that, an 80s hot hatch, they've got tons of parts for.
Yeah, we were not expecting that. We went on over here to the Febby Parts Finder. I put in the plate, click search, and as you can see, it's just lists and lists of parts that you can get. There are 4 pages worth of that. Basically, anytime we get a car, we put the plate into the Febby Parts Finder, see what they've got for us, and they will provide OE matching quality parts Febi if you've got German stuff, and they've got Blueprint, their sister brand for the Japanese Asian brand cars. They have very good quality parts. We've been using them for years and years, even before we worked at TDC. They are a great sponsor, and we are very thankful for them.
Oh, very, very thankful. Plus, all the parts have a guarantee as well. So if you've got any issues, fitment issues, anything like that, you can go back to them and they can sort it out. And on their website, you can even request bits as well. Obviously, it's not going to be instant, but still, if there's something you don't see, you can go, hey, I've got a part for my 1987 Peugeot 205 and you don't have it. Can you look into it? Because they do so many parts for cars.
And they're not refurbished parts. They are brand new, made in the exact style of the original part. They are replacement parts. They even do brakes like that. You can buy new calipers for old cars. And they have just launched turbochargers as well. So we will be trying some of those out soon.
We do need to try that out. I've done parts on my Megane, on French cars, on BMWs, the Mercedes, the E55, those huge front discs, that came from there as well.
The RS6 that we talked about, or maybe haven't talked about yet, which we will in this podcast, that is going to get a shed load of Febi parts. God help us.
So thank you very much, Febi Bilstein, and of course, Blueprint Car Parts for sponsoring this podcast. We will move on to something apparently equally as ugly. I haven't seen it yet. Ben has put horrible new Clio.
Now, I actually saw some comments about this. This is the new Renault Clio.
Okay.
About it, people liking the design. I think it's horrible.
That is the new Renault Clio.
That is a Mazda 3.
Now, what I'm so you told me about this. As in just before this podcast, so I could pull the photos up. For those of you that don't know, it does not look Renault at all. But I think let me check it now. I feel like it's actually a badge engineered like Nissan Pulsar or something. I might be wrong.
The new Micra, perhaps?
Or something. That rear end is coming like a, whatever that, or like one of the Nissans.
They've also, I have got a car comparison I thought of when I saw it.
What's that front end remind me of? That nose.
It's, there's something, so for those of you that can't see, it's kind of like a BMW has been mixed with a Nissan, mixed with it's all different car manufacturers rolled into one. It's quite weird.
It's slightly over-designed. I don't think it's that. The generation before, I think it's the generation before, the Mark IV Clio, I don't think it was a good-looking car anyway. I think that looks slightly... It's no worse than that, but the front end's far too busy.
I don't mean to be rude, but I've just gone on to YouTube and it said the world premiere of the new Renault Clio. And this is from Group Renault on YouTube. The video has 12,000 views and 0 comments.
Oh, no comments.
It was streamed live last night at about 6 p.m. That's how many people care about this stuff now.
Tough.
Just no one cares. That's really tough.
Now, if they're going to come out with a spicy one, then fair. But they're not, are they? It's going to be an Alpine version that's fully electric and has 8,000 horsepower, weighs 1.8 tons, and no one's going to care.
It reminds me of a mixture of an MG3, about 2016, 18, that sort of era, and also a Zenvo.
Yeah, it does look like a Zenvo.
in all the wrong ways.
Yeah. The front end is some... you know what? That's what it is to me, is that nose where it leads straight into the grille. It looks like a G80 M3, where the nose leads directly into the grille. But it's like they've gone... Like you said, they've just said, right, I like all these designs, mash it all into one. France, that's not your vibe.
What's going on?
So I've just looked it up, and indeed, it is part of the CMF CD platform, which has basically it is Nissan and Renault together. It is what everything is based on now. The Espace, the Kadjar, the Talisman, the Megane, the Koleos, the Scenic, the Elstral.
Talisman?
Yes. The Espace, the next Espace, the Rafale, the Kangoo.
The Espace still exists?
This was 2015 until 2023. The Espace, 2023 until present.
Wow.
And then it's also the X-Trail, the Pulsar, the Sentra, the X-Trail, the Qashqai, the Townstar, the Mitsubishi Outlander, and the Mercedes-Benz Citan.
What the
That is all on the same platform.
Citan is a van type thing, right? Yeah.
So all of these cars are on the same, so I assume this is kind of related then to the new Micra.
And another shocking set of wheels on it as well.
Yeah. Now, one thing I'm going to say is when Renault has just brought back the 5 in the way that they've brought it back, that cool looking retro thing, you can't get away with this anymore.
No.
That is lazy and boring.
Yeah.
You've done a bad job on that. I know that it'll be like, hey, it's fresh and cool, but I don't know that is.
I really hate when, this is my last point on this, but it's just reminded me. You know how it's a 5-door, which I'm assuming it'll be another case of you can only buy the 5-door. Stupid. Is when they hide the handle in that rear panel, that rear quarter thing, and then you just look like you have one very short door.
Because it never, it never looks like because a 3-door would have actual long doors. The handle would be further back. So why would you do that? Just put a handle there. We all know it's there.
I know it's demand, and it's because less people wanted them, probably. But 5 doors look like ass.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they just want to sell cars, not.
Yeah, they don't care about that.
They don't want to feature on the C.R.E.A.M podcast. And we go, yeah, it looks nice. Let's
also,
make some money.
hold on. If that's built on the same platform as Nissan has built their Micra on the Renault 5, haven't they? That's what that's based on.
Or it's the other way around. I don't know.
No, I think the Renault 5 and the Micra are together. But then Renault's part of Nissan. Yo, we could all be making something good.
We could be doing lots of things.
We could get imagine, right? Close your eyes. Imagine the Renault 5, the new one. Ben's gone to sleep. The new Renault 5, right, as it is to the old Renault 5. Yeah. So the new Renault 5 is a retro version.
Okay, yeah.
Retro modern. Now imagine the new Renault Clio is a retro version of the Mark 1 Williams.
Ooh,
all boxy.
But would you care if it was electric?
Maybe not.
I would care. I mean, I would care.
I think it could still be cool. Ben's still asleep. Ben, and you're back in the room. What else have we got?
Slightly more interesting news. Well, at least for possibly some. 992.2 Turbo S.
This is cool.
Now, Ben, you are the resident Porsche man among us.
Please don't lie.
So, Porsche have announced the newest variant of the Turbo S, the Quick Boy. I have some specs here.
Here we go. Now, I've
Does it
just
start
pulled
with
up
7? I'm pretty sure I heard something that started
It's
with
702. I'm going to be honest with you. The design is more that of a Gen 1, a 991.1 Turbo S.
For those people that don't speak Porsche out there, what does that mean? That means Will.
2013-ish, that sort of time. It looks like that, so it looks like a better design sort of evolution. However, I think this design they've done now makes the front end look higher. So if you look at that versus the pre-facelift, the front end looks higher, and I think it looks less aggressive.
Now, Ben, I have for a very long time been in the camp of not all Porsches look the same. But I'm starting to struggle because if you showed me that and just told me that was the new 911, I'd go, sure it is, bud. I can tell that it's got these fish gills on the front bumper.
Maybe I'd spot that.
Otherwise, I'm starting to really struggle.
Now, if you look at a 992 Turbo S versus that, you'll be able to tell a difference.
No. This is similarly related, but you're going into these details. This is what differentiates.
Hang on, we'll get to that. Can I just list specs first?
All right, go on.
Before you attack me, can I please just give you some facts?
So they're now all hybrids, but in the way that hybrids should be, which is helping your turbos be better and not. There's no you can see that.
That's just
okay. The bumper.
It's a different front bumper.
But you see how the new one, the front end it looks higher up.
Give me numbers, Ben, before I actually fall.
701 horsepower.
That's nice.
0-60 in 2.3.
That's quite quick.
Sorry.
And
2.3.
it did a 7 minute and 3 seconds of nurburgring, which is 14 seconds quicker than the last one.
What?
The 992, just 0.1.
It's hybrid, as in hybrid. It has an electric motor assisting one of the axles or something.
Well, I think it's also for the turbos helping them spool up.
They had electric turbos anyway, right?
Yeah, because you did that over.
Oh, great. Well, I don't know anything then.
Bit of misinformation.
Well, that's what it's hybrid in the good way. It's not like it's not a plug-in. Might be actually, but you don't have to plug it in. I don't know. What I mean is that the hybrid is there for performance to enhance it.
Yeah, it's not a Prius.
Ben's a magpie. Ben sees all shiny and then puts it in the podcast.
It goes, actually, there wasn't that shiny.
But now, please, Will, let's get on to something you were just.
Just before I forget, because Ben has tried to cover that one up. So Ben is telling me that is a completely different car because of the gills on the front.
This is completely different.
And the gills mean it's the 0.2 variant, and
this is how I feel all week.
The C6 RS6 that we have just purchased. We were going over some details, some quirks and features. And one of them that I remembered from many years ago is that the headlights, or at least the side lights, what do you call it, the daytime running lights on an RS6 have 10 LEDs in each headlight. And the only way you can have 10 LEDs in the headlight is if you have an S6 or an RS6. 10 lights indicating you have 10 cylinders in your engine.
Oh, that's amazing.
And Ben lost his rag. He went apeshit.
I actually haven't
something
seen
triggered Ben
that annoyed by something so innate.
No, I hate it's the design jargon. It doesn't mean anything. You've just injected meaning into it. Now that's a better design. I think that's better. But you know what you do? You just make it look better. You haven't got to justify it and go,
Yeah,
well, the wheels have 2 more spokes because my grandmother's second favorite cup of tea was an Earl Grey tea.
But what's
none of that?
No, but it is literally.
It doesn't matter.
But they're saying like we need to make the headlights look different. And again, what I like about
So
that
make
is
them
it's
look
attention
different.
to detail.
It's
They've gone,
not.
You
It's
don't
not.
have to. They didn't have to change the headlights
it's
at all.
not.
They didn't have to change the headlights at all. But
They did.
We'll add
So
a
do you
little
think-
feature that indicates this is the V10.
So do you believe it was random? Do you
I
believe,
believe-
someone drew it and then went, God, what does that mean?
Yeah, I do. I believe.
Then what I'm telling you, Ben, is that you've never met someone who's into design, because as someone who knows someone, they will find something for everything. Everything has a meaning. It really does to them.
That is they went, I'm going to draw some extra dots down here for some reason. It's a bit more aggressive. And then they did that and they went, oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give it 10 because the engine's got 10
That
cylinders.
is a crazy German accent.
Hey, up, bastard, just finished this RS6.
Tell you what, 10, and it's the same amount of cylinders.
I don't know what it
Crazy.
is. It just annoyed me. Not
I
annoyed
know,
me.
but
I
you-
just don't
you went-
understand it.
You basically, you actually got quite violent at the time.
I think this may have been just a conversation we
People
had.
were
but-
shutting their windows, and we had to sort
No,
of.
I don't like
We had to
it.
give you some distance for a while.
But it doesn't.
You were red in the face.
Not everything like that has to have meaning. I don't understand
But
why.
I don't understand.
but that does.
Why though? It's LEDs on a headlight. You haven't got to pretend it's because of the amount of cylinders. Just
So,
say you want a
all right.
10 because it looked cool.
So when
But why would
design
it
of
be
a car
10?
comes out.
That's my question to you.
Why would it be? Why wouldn't it be 30?
because it's
no,
a V10.
because they would have.
But it's a design thing. It's nothing to do with the V10. They probably injected the meaning into it afterwards. What I'm saying.
No,
So
I
you
don't
think
think
it's an
that's true at all.
accident?
I think it's. I'm gonna draw this, and then they went, "Oh,
Right.
that's kind of like the
Can
engine."
the designer of the Audi RS6 C6 step forward?
I'm happy to be
please?
wrong on this, but well, they'll just claim that they did from the start.
The
but
man that designed the X5 and the Mini needs his royalties.
I don't. I'm
We
gonna
will start
get.
by blowing up Ben and his,
There will
his
be-
tiny mind.
There'll be so many comments being like on your guys' side. That's fine. I'm happy.
No,
to,
there's
I'm
going to
happy
be
to have
people
my
agreeing
opinion.
with you saying, "Oh, I agree. A lot of car design talk is absolute."
Do you know, it's
Codswallop.
remnant of Jag. That's what it got to me.
Yeah, because they go the blue is
The new Jag, I mean.
is reminiscent of the sky, which shows the infinite possibilities. of
That's
car
what I mean.
design.
That was
It's
quite good.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
But that's not the same as okay. All right, we'll agree to disagree that you are completely and utterly wrong.
I'm
on
not
that
wrong.
point.
I don't. I'm not denying it's a cool
It's
feature.
also it's such a minor point.
Also, these two got so upset when I said it. They both started ganging up on me.
We
the
weren't
second I
that
said it.
excited by it. We went, "Oh, that's cool."
Yeah.
and you went,
That's not
it's
cool."
just stupid." Yeah, why would you do that? No,
Also-
it's just wrong. No, he's an idiot.
I wouldn't say we were getting off you. We were more confused because you were so angry about it.
I wasn't angry. I said I don't like that really.
No, sorry. Whoa,
And
hold on.
then you turned on me, and it became quite.
Gaslighting Ben is back. Surely we have the raw footage. If we have the raw footage, I'm going through it and we're putting up in it.
I think actually,
Nah,
the
Ben
bit-
will have cut that.
Nah, I actually think we
Do you
deleted
know
that
what?
footage.
I'll break my laptop right now in the background. And I'll find it.
No. Would you like to move on? Would you like to redeem yourself?
Well, I'm not gaslighting you, man.
Would you like to redeem yourself?
Go on.
Right. Can you please tell me about the SF90 replacement, please?
Oh,
That was meant to be announced today. I put it in there because I saw it being announced today.
Well, how
so we
about-
can have a live look.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to talk about it. You talk about
So
something else.
SF90 is it's not flagship, is it? It's the sort of
I think it
flagship
was flagship.
Horari.
It's
not
not
the-
the
it's not-
1,000
it's not
horsepower
the
hybrid
F80.
Ferrari. It's been out for a few years.
I'll
I
be
thought
real.
it was brand new. To be fair,
I don't understand Ferrari at all.
Nothing has been announced. There is no news.
Okay. So there's meant to be a replacement for the SF90. Is that correct?
I'm deleting all my social media. There's no point of me.
Said it will be unveiled 8:15 CEST, which
So that's
is
Central Time. That's like 3
Which
minutes.
is in an hour.
That is in an hour. No, it's
So
in,
no, CST.
it is
don't know
in
what-
3 minutes.
All right. So if we keep talking about it for 3 minutes.
It is in
So the
Right now it's
SF90
7:12 p.m. right now.
What does the red represent on the SF90?
Well, that's my favorite meat is pepperonis, and because of that, I've made my car red. Well, actually, what I did was I coloured it in red.
Interesting.
okay. And
Now, do you know what this stems from? This stems from Ben not dreaming.
That's fair.
Well. If Ben, you know what? I have just clicked on Ferrari's YouTube channel and we have got a video named Welcome. Now, this is quite big news. Everyone who's watched this, I've found this out weeks ago. Welcome, the Ferrari 849 Testarossa.
Whoa!
Now, this is quite cool. So,
Is
I'm
that
gonna-
Testarossa with a space? Or-
no, it's all together.
Now,
like-
didn't they have to get that name back?
I believe so, because the owner of that was a model car company.
Because there was something around that they hadn't used it in so many years.
Yes.
So the name kind of became open season.
Correct.
But you can't just go, I'm going to have the name Testarossa
Forever.
but I'm not going to do anything with it.
So I'm going to click play. This is our genuine live reaction to this. There's a man.
Ferrari, just want to let you know, this falls under fair use. We're reacting to it.
This
Yeah,
is
we're talking
we're a
about it.
react channel.
Ooh.
There's going to be two faces in the corner.
Now, what are we talking about here? Okay, so this is a 296 replacement. So I would assume it's going to be based on the same thing.
No, it's a
What did you
SF90.
Oh, SF90.
Oh.
Apologies. Please accept my apologies on this.
I think
those
it's-
wheels.
What have we got now for the? Oh, I
Ooh.
like
I
that.
do like that. It's a small.
That's a small
It's a
SP3.
small SP3 slash
they-
F80.
Oh, it looks
Oh.
sad.
Sorry, why does it look like an F40?
Oh, okay. I'm. Ooh.
If it's got a V6, I'm going to swing.
Okay.
It will
right,
at
here
least,
we go.
surely.
No, but SF90 didn't, right?
Wait, can you go to the end so
Yeah,
you just see the
but-
final reveal? I don't
but-
like any of this. I just want to see the car.
I don't like this.
Oh, it's got the
design.
same interior that was.
I like that a lot.
It's sort of 308.
I really
Oh,
like
that's-
that.
That is cool.
No, this is cool.
I like the shape of it. I like everything, but I don't like the monobrow it's got.
You don't like that?
I like
I
monobrow.
quite like that.
It looks like it's frowning. That's what's going.
The Ferrari 849 I'm pulling up on Ferrari's doorstep to get some
I'm
information.
going to say it's got a V6.
It has got a V8. It has got a max power output of 1050 CV, which is, I think, in PS like 950.
So about the same as the SF90.
It is 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds.
Oh, convenient.
But it has
a convenient number just after the Turbo S has come out.
It's 2.3. 2.3.
That was 2.5 yesterday, and then the Turbo S came out,
Now-
and they went, nah, change it.
Why, in the name of all that is holy,
Uh,
have you?
how?
Have,
that. Look
ha-
at that.
Why have you made that?
I like that a
But
lot.
wait, why is that a V8 and your flagship multi-million-pound car is a V6?
Yeah, that's
That's
crazy.
baffling.
That's really, really crazy. Now, I like this a lot. Now, I know this is going to be a little bit old hat to a lot of you listening. You might have heard this. You might have seen it on Instagram right now. But this came out 3 minutes ago for us. So I'm not a fan of that spec, but that...
It's a little bit slab-sided, I think.
Yeah,
it doesn't have any.
Yeah, look at that. That's just a line up the side.
Also, that's just an SF90. That roof line.
What
is
that
an
needs,
SF90.
what it needs, for those of you listening, if you haven't seen it yet, it does look a little bit Testarossa-y, but more with like a 458 roof.
Yeah.
That's kind of a slopey down roof, but it doesn't have the strikes up the side. That I think is what's missing for that, because the SP3 Daytona does
have that, yeah.
which is, but I think
The back's
that's
good.
cool.
I think that's good. It's mini F80 slash SP3, which
Yeah.
I think is a good thing. But again, the sides of it, I don't know why that.
That is, you're very right. That is just a block on the side.
And perhaps there's a reason for that. And the
Maybe it's
flat
the
door
10.
represents the flat plane
the flat
that you can
V12.
drive at 300,000 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
it
that's it.
represents the flat V12,
Which
which is
isn't
in the
in this
Testarossa.
car, but was.
It was
Or
not.
is it perhaps because the man had a pen and thought, I'm going to draw this?
He was bored and Italian and couldn't be bothered to design anything.
Yeah.
more.
I'm going to be real.
I don't like
The
this.
Testarossa name, I don't think belongs here.
I can kind of agree, but I do like this. I think this is cool.
Do you know what? Retire the jersey.
Fair, which they did, to be fair, for a long time.
I don't
But
like. I don't like. Do you know what it is? That's GTA Ferrari
I kind of
from the front.
understand it, but
That's
I like
nice.
I like
that.
that.
I don't.
Ben,
Well,
I like the
you'll
shape of
come
it and I
around.
like the
Well,
rear of it, but that front, that's weird.
Live breaking news on TDC on the
On
Cream
Cream
podcast.
We need to get one of those
even,
things
is-
that rolls across the screen.
It's
Breaking
like,
news.
Just in, the 849 is called the Testarossa, and we're going to get more from Edwin here. Okay, I like it. It looks nice, but I think calling it a Testarossa and not having
also very
the
apt,
design elements of it.
because for those of you listening and you can't see, we have Outrun 2 coast to coast on the screen. We got Ferraris galore.
Do you have any more information on the 911 Turbo that I should know about?
You didn't care enough, so I'm not going to.
Lovely. On we go.
Or is it just that you don't know?
Very fast.
Okay.
Very cool.
Very fast.
Very,
Lovely.
more expensive,
You know
though.
what? Ben's car reviews.
Very fast. Very cool. Moving on.
I quite
Now,
like one.
do we have it? Shall we get on to some anecdotes?
Let's
We've
get
got
on
a
to
lot
some
of news
anecdotes
there.
because we've got a lot of news. And first one you've put in here, anecdotes wise,
Can I just because I have it on my screen and it keeps making me laugh, I just need to get it over and done with.
is it
Is
Saab?
the Saab?
Okay.
So now this was sent in. Now this was sent in by a viewer.
And that man named, I didn't actually have a name on your Instagram, but it said BP.
Oh, this is
British
sent in by the
Petroleum.
local BP garage,
Which is very cold drinks.
very cold drinks. We're always thankful for it. Shout out the BP. Now he sent a link to you.
Yes.
This is, we've kind of explained it before on the podcast, but we have Don't Laugh, which
Yeah, Don't
is you see something funny, you take a photo of it, or you tell the person you mustn't laugh at this. It's very easy. It's an easy game. You point it out to them, and they have to try not to laugh. This was one of those occasions. They said to you, what did they say to you on text?
They just said, basically, long-time creamer, thought you'd find this funny. Auto Trader link. And I almost went past it. I thought it's going to be, I don't know, a silly car that won't be that funny. And I thought, you know what, out of curiosity, let me open it. And I opened an Auto Trader link with a single photo for a Saab, and it was this.
Now, yeah, for the audio viewers, we will explain a bit.
Yeah.
But just for the visual viewers, don't laugh. Ready?
So for the audio listeners, that is a Saab 9.3 2-litre turbo listed for sale for £1,950.
Got
Potentially a fair price.
96,000 miles. Very nice.
And it
Manual.
has just one photo available, and it is of eggs.
It is sort of a lovely, looks like a lovely sort of place. We've got a really nice plate with some eggs. Are they mushrooms underneath?
It was
Or is it
steaks.
steaks? Is it
Also,
steak?
why are the egg yolks being cut open and folded over?
So we've got some steaks on a plate with some eggs and some lovely pepper on
and do you know what?
sprinkled
Do
on
you know
top.
what? Should we just give a little sort of half point to the plate as well?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Nice-
saying.
nice
the
plate,
the plate
yeah.
is lovely as well.
Like sort of marble top there.
Now we all absolutely cackled at this for quite some
it's
time.
the only photo.
It's the only
I was at home editing yesterday. Will called me.
But unfortunately, today we clicked on the link and it's now an actual Saab 9.3. It's quite disappointingly
Interest fell off.
a car for sale. It has many photos, has lots of them, but luckily Ben took a screenshot.
But what made me laugh even more is that it's a dealer.
Yeah, it's
Like a van sales company.
He does it day in, day out and went, nah, screw it, have an egg.
He's going through going, no interest on that Saab. Why is that? Open up the ad. Oh, they're my eggs.
Also, it's available to reserve now. So you can just online, you can press reserve now and get the eggs.
We debated very briefly about just buying the car, no matter what it was, no matter how bad it was, for the sake of, can we go there and do we get the eggs with it?
If we buy this car, ringing them up saying, look, I'm interested in the Saab on one condition. I would like a plate of steak and eggs cooked in the same way with the same format. I want to be served at the same place. And if it's good, I'll pay you full asking price.
Might knock you down a bit.
If it's not good, haggle room. there.
No, I want to know.
These aren't the eggs you advertised.
These eggs are really not cut.
I want to know the context. Are they his eggs? Did he make them? Did he go to a restaurant?
It's
knows
not
what
an easy accident to make.
First things first, please, you creamers, don't go contacting them.
No, don't.
I know that it says their thing there. It's not funny to do it. Like,
No.
unironically not funny. Don't
That's
mess
funny.
with someone's business.
But
It's
don't
funny
mess
to
it
look at it, but don't go, guys, I found out what they would do. Don't leave them alone.
And they've changed it now.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
fixed
No, you
it.
just tried to, upload pictures of a Saab, and he uploaded one picture of his egg dinner.
Now, was the person that sent it to you the person that owns the garage and gone, right, I know how to drum up some interest on this Saab.
Marketing in.
I'll get
See-
Cream to go, everyone look at this Saab.
I wouldn't like that as much. That would feel.
If you are looking to sell a reasonably priced performance automobile on Auto Trader, simply upload it with a picture of an egg or something funny, and we will go, that's an egg.
Ridiculous.
Anyway.
Also, a quite clear distinction between news of Cream and anecdotes of Cream. One is about news of cars being released. The other one is of an egg.
So that's our egg-related news going. I don't think that will be beaten, actually.
No.
So one of the anecdotes you've put in here, Edwin, is James Bond in traffic, which is interesting.
Now, this was a thought I had the other day. This is, if I'm honest, completely inane. But I thought, you know, in James Bond where they go, he has revealed his new car.
Yeah.
Q gives him, hey, we call it the Vanish. And they say, you must now drive to Austria to stop the man with the cat.
Yeah.
He's sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
Like, there are points where James Bond, he's sitting at the Channel Tunnel.
Yeah, I
And
was
someone
gonna
has to
say,
come
he's on
over
the
and go,
tunnel.
mate, your ticket's been delayed till 5:15.
Why is he driving?
This is what I mean.
Yeah.
In the movie, you see him, because I was watching a James Bond, he goes, right, I'll be there in a moment. And then it cuts to him pulling up at the swanky hotel. It doesn't show him sitting in M25 traffic
They also...
because he can't go around that.
No, you can't. Well, there is a few... I think it's Tomorrow Never Dies, I think it is, where he's driving like an absolute ass on the street.
Oh, is he just...
It's just in London. I want to say it's actually in the DB5. I'm fairly sure there's going to be some nerds out there who will correct. But he's driving in London, and he's probably just going to meet M somewhere or whatever. And And he's just absolutely slonking it around on the streets. I'm like, well, yeah, I know like you're James Bond, but you can't. Please, you can't.
I mean, let's calm it down a bit.
I got a license to kill.
And that means collateral damage too.
He's pedestrians and everything. Yeah, but I just James Bond in traffic, getting frustrated at seeing the red bit on Waze.
Does he get onto the Channel Tunnel and then when it goes bing bing boom, please open your sunroof, put your handbrake on? Does he lean back in his seat and go, right, get a bit of kit for a bit? Is James Bond sitting there asleep?
Got to go and kill a dude with a scar later.
Do you think he has road rage as well?
That's what I mean.
Because he either,
and the temptation.
Because he is aggressive.
An X5 pulls out in front of him. Is he flashing?
He puts the flashes on. I blocked a secret agent.
Turns out he wasn't a doctor. He's Dr. No.
Yeah, no.
That's very good. That was very good.
Yeah, James Bond, I would quite like to see that. There is one piece of traffic in a I think it's Skyfall. Whether they're in the XJ. Oh no, sorry, it's not James Bond, it's M.
Oh, which he gets stuck.
Let's get out of the way.
Don't you know who I am?
And then MI, whatever number it is, blows up. So that's
Mission
why he doesn't.
Impossible
That's why
5.
he doesn't. You don't wait for traffic because if he does, serious stuff
MI5
happens.
blows up.
Yeah. That also reminded me when I saw that in there, I was like, "Is this about someone you've spotted with a number plate?" Because I saw someone with a stupid number plate,
And it was.
I'm going to out them. I'm going to have to, otherwise I can't tell them. It's a Jaguar I-Pace I saw in traffic, and his number plate was 007 Ian H.
Now,
I'll let you figure out how that's formatted.
No shade to anyone called Ian. I'm called Edwin after all. It's not the most swanky sounding name, but no one in MI5's called Ian.
No, let's say his name is H is Harold. You say Harold. Ian Harold. He rocks up to his business meeting with 5 miles range.
In a high
pace. And goes, Harold. Ian Harold.
Quick, chase that man. Mate, I can't. I've got 5 miles of range.
Also,
Water, still.
It's a Jag. It's not even an Aston.
That's what I mean.
Why have you put
I didn't get a glimpse at the man behind. I do believe anyone with it. I don't care if you're driving James Bond himself's DB5, the one that went. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
If you have a 007 plate, please.
A 007
Please grow up.
or a boss plate. You are equally you're on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Those are two humans that do not mix.
But you're essentially the same.
A boss plate,
CEO plates.
You're the CEO of the circus, is what you are. You're
If it's boss and you've done it BD55,
yeah.
feel free to crash your car into a wall.
BO55.
No, but you could do BO55.
Yeah.
But when they're run out and your initials aren't the rest of it, people go BD.
That means you're not even the boss.
Yeah,
No.
you're the
boss. I'm the boss of this place.
If you've got that plate, please, just don't listen to this podcast. What else have we got? Oh, Ben, you've put in here the radio. I believe this follows on from a discussion.
Now,
we
this
had.
is more of you guys. I just put it in there because I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. So do that, please.
So
I don't know.
we were. I
you
can't
have
remember
a
what we were
rage about the
doing.
radio.
But I think recently, basically, I've just got a new phone, so I haven't connected my Bluetooth to my car, so I've been listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And it made me realise who in God's name is listening to the radio. And that, because we do YouTube and whatever else, we thought, right, what are the viewing numbers on radio? And they were just, it's just made up.
One of them claimed that there are, I can't remember what the numbers were, but let's say it was like, there are 35 million adults in the UK. 33 million people listen to the radio. Sorry, we literally thought, right, so the three of us are the only people that don't listen to the radio in the UK.
But like, my family don't listen to the radio.
No.
My friends, I don't think listen to the radio.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's that every time you get in the car, let's say the radio automatically comes on, but then you go, oh, turn that off. I'm going to go to Bluetooth or to CarPlay. Or maybe like the radio's just playing in the background somewhere and they go, that's a listener.
They're activated.
You know what? He's ringing in and going, long time listener, first time caller.
Keep the tunes coming.
I know. Your man texted and says, keep the tunes coming to Radio 1. Now, I know it's rich from us with the dross that we speak.
Yes,
this podcast is absolute clown bait. But at the same time, Ben and I were stuck in the E36 and my Bluetooth dongle died. And we're on the way back from Rally and Retro.
Yes.
The 205. And we were subjected to upwards of an hour and a half to 2 hours of, so guys, what's your favourite breakfast meat? Come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Just play some music.
I had the same. I think it's Radio 1. Also, I don't like, why have I got to know your number? I want to go, right, tune into 97.45 and you're going to get, shut up.
Also, here's one for you. If I'm listening to it, I'm already on it.
Also, if I drive up the country, I can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
I know DAB and stuff, but anyway, I was listening to one and they were like, oh, we're looking for people called Vubbo. And they went on LinkedIn and found a man called Vubbo who was exceptionally Dutch.
Yeah, sure.
because
Crazy,
apparently
man.
I just thought, what is this? I mean, I was listening. I was actually quite hooked by it.
I hate this.
Well,
Tell me more.
your whole argument falls apart because
Yeah, no, it's fair.
you were
So now I'm
engaging with
thinking
the
about it, but I was like, but also, but if I had an option to change to something else, which I couldn't at the time.
Meanwhile, Will's next button. What am I doing here?
But then you get into that thing where I'm starting to seek, and then I don't know where I am, and then I'm listening to.
What's that one called?
Or I'm listening to.
Hey man, I'll tell you what. As a joke, on the track day, I put on Radio 4 while going around.
Nice.
You know what? I was smooth. I'll tell you what. I was smooth.
So you got smoother with. What is the smoothest radio station?
It's got to be Radio 4
Okay.
or classic
to drive fast to.
Yeah.
But my question is, why is it right? So Radio 1, allegedly every adult in the UK is listening to that every day. Everyone you know. And that's not even including like kids on the bus on the way to school listen to it as well. That's everyone in the country listens to this, right? Why is it I can't get it halfway across the country, but I could be on an island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I get Classic FM. You're always able to get it.
So people are on holiday. They're saying that all these people listen to them. Not all these people are in the country at the same time.
It's true.
People going abroad and just listening to the plane.
Also, like,
Listening to the
okay,
plane, listening to the
some
radio on the plane.
Americans come to the UK to visit, and they're putting Radio 1 on.
Who
Yeah.
listens to the radio? Old people listens to radio, and they just leave it on until they fall asleep.
and tire shops.
Tire shops,
That's it.
which is still old people,
It's true.
sort of old people. And then who else? Who else is listening to the radio purely by accident?
Okay, fine.
I don't think it's 30 million people.
Chuck in some shops.
Shops?
Tesco
I know,
on the
that's,
list.
not, that's not fair.
Petrol
We can't just go and
stations.
play our YouTube videos in shops and say we got 30 million views.
Well, that's where because so when I used to get the bus to school when I was younger, and they always had Kiss FM on the bus.
Classic.
And are you counting the 30 people on that bus as listening to it? Because I'm involuntarily listening to it. You know what I mean? If you're watching on the train a TDC video, the person next to you looks over your shoulder is not watching the video.
Do you know
They're
what
not a
it
viewer.
was? They had a meeting where they were like, right, we got to work out how many people listen to our stuff. They go, okay, here are the official numbers. And then someone went, yeah, but there's people on the bus and there's people in the shopping centre. There's people here. And someone just went, just stick them all on it then. Just put them all in.
It's everyone. Turns out it's literally everyone.
It's got to be everyone.
I don't trust radio numbers at all, and I don't know who listens to it because it's eternally frustrating.
Also, how do you work? I don't know
How
the technology behind it, but how?
Radio frequencies, mate.
No, but like, okay, so YouTube, right? It's a server. Everyone's logging in to watch the video, so you can count it quite easily. Radio, you're coming over the airways. How do you know I'm listening? How can you
Pirate
count?
radio? Yeah,
Inside.
But you know what I mean? How do you count that? Also,
that's what I mean. That's
does
why I
it tell
don't
you how
trust
many
about it.
people are?
They're just going, 57 million people
Because
used to live here.
with YouTube, as far as I'm aware, I don't know anything about anything, but it's a direct connection, right? Whereas a radio, they're going, it's going out into the ether, and then you're hooking on and you're listening to it.
I want to take a leaf out of their book. Congratulations on C.R.E.A.M for being the most listened to podcast on earth. We have beaten Joe Rogan and whoever else does podcasts. We have had a concurrent 17 billion people listening to this podcast, which is crazy.
Dead and alive,
All of
everyone
them.
to ever exist.
Singapore
has
in
listened
the
to the C.R.E.A.M
UK, there
podcast.
has to be at least 60 million viewers.
Well, should we work it out? Okay, so how many people in the UK like cars?
I'm gonna do a shortcut for you. Put them all in.
Well, I think it's 10 million people who like cars in the UK.
I think
okay?
it's 60 million.
But how many people have seen cars?
60 million.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
All of them.
Exactly. So they know what cars are.
Yeah.
Take some kids off that.
Yeah. Add in the animals.
They've all got 2 cars each. So that's 120 million.
Okay. And then, yeah.
That's
I
it.
think 120 million.
Lovely.
Yeah.
But you know what,
Congratulations,
for
C.R.E.A.M.
that, let's make it 200. Nice round
Why
number.
not? Round it up.
C.R.E.A.M podcast has 200 million listeners. Sponsors, if
here.
you're hearing that, please.
The rates have just gone exponentially up.
Febby right now. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, it's £3 million. I'm real sorry about that. Moving on from radio rambles, Ben, you've also put in here the financial crisis prices. Now, I
Yes.
saw this was a post on
Interesting.
Instagram from someone,
Yep. Somebody made a post about
and
this.
they know something.
And they know
way.
something about something. And this was so in 2008, there was a financial crisis. You may know about it because everyone knew.
I
about
heard it on radio, I think.
Everyone
Yeah.
did. Yeah, everyone did. And basically, no one had any money, and a lot of people who had a lot of money ended up not having very much money in the end. So a lot of people had to get rid of their cars.
Yes.
So I have some prices for cars that sold in 2008.
Yes. Jay, other videographer Jay sent this over to me, and I was actually saddened.
Okay. I'll run for a few.
How old were you in 2008? Just so I get a gist on-
I would have been 6 years old.
Okay.
Now, what I would recommend is
buying property.
No, you should have bought these cars, Ben.
I should have.
You should have been there.
I shouldn't have been sat on the ground playing with Lego.
Eating Play-Doh.
Probably, yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
I'll tell you what, the green one was the best one. I'll tell you that. That tasted the nicest.
Right-hand drive Ferrari F50, October 2008, $620,000.
So we saw, for reference, a F50 sell at RM Sotheby's for $11 million. Was it right about that? Or was it less
also
than that?
the right-hand drive car, that's the Brunei car.
Oh.
We've got this is a bundle, obviously a rich guy, I would assume, that has, he's lost a lot on the old stock market. Ferrari F50, F40, Enzo, 280 GTO, all of them were listed for 3.7 million, all of those together.
Was that all?
All together.
Was that
A little bundle deal, yeah.
The whole thing.
And how much? Sorry, I missed that number.
3,000.
That's cheap.
3.7 million.
3.7 million. So that's,
So realistically, the Enzo's now worth 2 to 3, I think, is the
maybe
beginning of an
more.
Enzo. And F40's starting at 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing sold for 535 grand. This is all dollars, by the way.
I'm assuming, I don't know,
They are like minimum 1.5 to 2 now. Hoovie's garage, I think, was 1.5, I want to say. I don't know.
Twin turbo Koenig F50 listed for 538.
Now, I want to know.
Video of that car that I love.
I really want to know where that car is now because it seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth. That car is special. That is an actual F50 with twin turbos.
Koenigsegg CCR 639,000.
Tough.
It would have been that old at that point.
An F40 went unsold, so no one wanted it. Too expensive. 375 grand.
How would that kind
hurts.
of tracks actually? Because that 2008 would have been roughly when I saw that. Well, I think I've mentioned it on the podcast. I saw one at Maranello when I was a kid, and the price in the window was £225,000.
And did you say he bought
The guy bought it, drove it home, no number.
But you didn't buy it.
No, look,
He should have been. It was a great time to
no,
buy.
he made a better offer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you should have gone above him.
Yeah,
You
I was
came
like
in at
12 or whatever.
3 Porsche dust caps that you had stolen.
Yeah, I just thought you'd stolen, sort of have this chrome dust cap.
Brackets, actually true.
Yeah, true, fair.
And finally, for 3.8 million, McLaren F1 GTR.
That's a tough one. That's
That
a
is a
really
tough
tough one. Yeah.
I have a few more here.
Also,
from
at that
different
point, flashback to then, maybe feasible that I could have convinced someone, maybe not on my age then, because I would have been 11, to drive it. Like, at 3 mil, I know that's still obscene money, but you might find someone who go, yeah, okay, you can have a go.
Whereas now,
But now, it's not happening.
yeah, sort of the GDP of a large country. Actually.
I'd say it's, would that be 27 million? That's probably like half the amount of people that listen to Radio 1.
You could, yeah.
Yeah, my
If
maths
everyone
telling
who
me that.
listens to Radio 1 donated £1, we might be able to. We could get like 2 F1s. It's crazy. So if Radio 1 you're listening,
So basically,
So sorry, being mean.
So yeah, we should have been investing.
Yeah.
But hey, what do you think, Ben? One car, what do you think is going to be that right now that in, what is that, 2008, 15 years? No, 17 years, whatever it is. It will be that where you look back and go, nah, 2025, you could get that for that. I think it would be a plate of eggs for £1,950.
Oh, yeah, if you bought that at the bottom. Whoa.
Oh, you'd be
Okay,
full.
why not?
I mean, like storing it would be difficult.
Well, yesterday they were eggs. Today they're a Saab. So they're going, the stock is going up.
Oh, Ben's quotes.
Yes, yesterday's eggs are today's.
I think Murcielago is going to be up there.
Agreed.
I think.
No, don't worry about that. They're not going anywhere.
I think. I don't know, but I
They'll
think
always be cheap.
anything that's manual now, that's rare, will be going up because I think when we're all driving refrigerators and washing machines around,
I think, and it's not because I have any vested interest, I think it's because I actually believe it. I think E92s and E46s are going to go up like E30 M3s did.
Yeah.
Because I think there will just be this thing where everyone's like, any 39 M5s will go, oh my God, do you remember when they just made them so good? When they were great? Meanwhile, the car that rusts.
E60 M5, I think, because with cars get to an age where people look past any problem they have. They become and it's not when they're 10, it's not when they're 10, 15, 20 years old, it's when they're 30, 40, 50 years old. If you look at when things like the Miura, when they weren't that old, people were going, oh, it doesn't drive that well. And like the Richard Hammond thing where he says the front end goes light. No one gives a toss about any of that now. They just want the Miura. Same as a Murcielago. Any issue that car might have had when it was new that a journalist said, oh, this wasn't right, or this wasn't right, they just lose that. And that's why I think that even an SMG M5
will be
one, because there'll be tons of M5s that are not maintained very well, so there'll just be loads of dead ones no one wants. So finding a good one in a good spec that's been looked after, it won't even matter what gearbox it's got.
Agreed.
Someone's going to go, that's the V10 M5 from 40 years ago.
Hey man, the RS6.
RS6.
Get us with an offer. We'll take the £200,000.
RS6 is a I think, a really, really good. That is possibly even the RS6 to buy.
Maybe
the first one, but
in my head, that is the RS6.
Yeah.
That is the BMW.
That sums up
The BMW R6. I was going to say that is the BMW E39 M5.
Yeah.
Where if you say M5 in my head, even though it's not the one that I want the most, it's the one.
It sums up RS6.
Yeah.
It's the last RS6 if you like. But yeah, so investment tips from TDC.
Meanwhile, Will's selling his Clio at a loss today.
Clio. You know, I thought about that. I was like,
Trophy.
if I kept that car long enough, it would be worth good money. And a trophy, I don't think we can actually mention that. A trophy appeared at the unit the other day. I was really quite miffed at that.
Fleetingly.
Really quite annoyed at that. But a trophy, again, another car.
That's why I'm sitting on mine. And I fixed the coolant system and put it away for a few years.
People want them silver ones with no service history, didn't they?
I got some.
But even that, to be fair, again, the service history thing, when a car gets to an age, no one cares.
Yeah.
Crash damaged, it gets to a point where people just want a good one.
Listen, my Clio's going to Miami, all right? And it's fetching, what did I pay, £800? It's fetching $2,000.
We spoke to Peter, who let us drive the M5, and he was looking at bringing a 172 to the US.
He did.
Which in my head would be awful.
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine wanting to do that. But hey, how do you, Pete? Cool. Do we have anything else, or is that?
My phone's not coming on. Here we go. We've got Saab eggs. We've done that. Clio, we've done that.
You meet in two cream podcasts.
I also put egg in here again for some reason.
Okay.
Death mileage.
This was a question you had before the podcast, which Will asked me. I was sat in that room over there, and I quickly shouted at him, "Do not speak. We're going to do a podcast in a second."
Now it came about. The first question was,
how many
mileage do we think we would have as humans?
Yes.
And realised that was a dumb question. But then realised what is like the what is?
Well, it's quite an interesting thought experiment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But what is the average mileage a car dies at? You know, we're talking like humans, where it's life expectancy is ever increasing. Is life expectancy of a car ever increasing?
I always think this when I speak to people who aren't into cars.
Yeah.
There seems to be a belief that once a car hits 100,000 miles, it's old and like, I need to get rid. I should get rid of this car.
Yeah.
Which is funny because then you like the RS6 has got 117k on it, and we're literally like, yo, 100. That's like one of the lowest mileage cars we've bought.
We're on borrowed time, according to other people.
But yeah, I think that's 100k is like the mark of, oh no.
Oh, yeah, 100. Once we go past that six-figure,
I better start looking for a replacement for this car now.
I think it depends country to country as well. Obviously, in the US, they say 100,000 miles and go, oh,
just broken in.
Just broken in, buddy. God. Because they do more driving, we don't. So if you've got 100,000 miles on your Micra, God.
No, I think it's about.
What do you do that for?
I think it's what people do to it. I think it could go longer, but people just give up.
I think it's 120,000.
I think it's 150. I think you're thinking about retirement. You're looking at your pension about 100k. 125, you're packing in the job. You're retired, and then you got 150. You're dead.
Interesting.
Dead.
Wow.
Dead.
I do think
the car's gone. Crushed.
120 is actually in my head. I think because I see cars for sale very often at 120.
Because you've just surpassed the 100, and you might have done a year or two or more driving, but you're not willing to take it into that. Because also there's the you're getting into the next batch of big
there's
maintenance,
the doldrums, and then once you get to like 180, people just ride it through.
Yeah.
Like 180 to 300, you're just going, and people will live with that car and they'll keep it going.
Realistically, the second 100,000 miles, it's your second wind. As long as you get your cam belt or your chain or whatever it is done, you're like, yo, I'm on life too.
You've broken the seal, so you're ready to go all night.
I'm just new again. Let's go again. Never mind the bushes. We're carrying on despite any of that. But I say 120, which means your X5 is
he's old boy. He loves it.
Is well past it. What is that? 170?
180.
180.
You almost
hell.
Do you know what's funny?
179.
But you are in the afterlife right now.
Is it? I don't want to say anything because I want to get home later, so I'm just going to carry on.
This weekend, I went to an auction with my friend and indirectly bullied him into buying an E36.
Nice.
I went to he went to register for bidding. He had no intention of bidding on the car. I looked at it in the car and went, this car's really nice. I'd buy this if I were you, which I knew would work. We got there. He went to register to bid. I said, I'm going to go to the toilet. When I walked out of the toilet, he went, I've bought it. I went, what? And he went, in the time you went to the toilet, she handed me my bidding card and the car popped up and the guy said, £2,300, no bids. He put his card up. He said, okay, 2-4, sold. And I was like, oh no, where is it? He went, I don't even know. I haven't seen it yet. Christ. So we went and looked at the car, and it is the most immaculate E36 I've ever seen. 60,000 miles. But 60,000 miles isn't a small amount of miles. This car looks like it has never been sat in, like it's never been driven. Every button is lovely. I've seen 60,000 mile cars that are haggard before. It is kind of funny that I guess it's how you live your life. you could be, 24 and absolutely mashed, or 28 and absolutely mashed.
Fair.
Or 23 and absolutely matched.
Or 29.
Or 52 or 55.
But I want to know, what is it? Why is that so? What do you have to do to really make a car so haggard at the same mileage?
I think
What people actually, how do
just
you
give
so
up.
ham-fisted?
They give up.
but I
No,
think
but it's not giving up. It's like let's say a car's 3 years old.
Yeah.
You've got one car that's at 100,000 miles because there is the motorway miles thing. Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And you have another car that's at 20k, but it's got gob in it and tears and rips.
But
and,
I think that is honestly, it's how you treat the car.
Yeah.
Because I've talked about it before, but my Golf, my Mark IV, I bought that on 80k miles. I think I put 20 onto it, and it was still as immaculate as I polished it every week. I cleaned it every week.
Yeah.
I sold it to my sister. It was ruined.
Yeah.
It was ruined at the end of it, and she did do good mileage, but still, there was no reason for it to be as ruined as it was. So I think it's just how you maintain it.
It always baffles me when people. I know that there is it's affording it is a different thing, and it is just a method of transport for a lot of people. But it is usually one of the, if not the biggest purchase you'll ever make, besides maybe a house at some point in your life. But some people treat this like a 10, 20, 30,000 pound car as if it's like that'll get fixed.
What happens.
Yeah, but yeah. We have no more anecdotes. There was one about an Arrow, which is Ben's driving, but I am actually going to relieve you of that one.
We've had a nice bit of
Okay.
back and
Well,
forth. We'll save it for next week.
I'm not here next week, so be my
Ben's
guest.
not
we'll
here next
we'll
week.
do it without you then.
Okay.
you can
Yeah.
call me.
Yeah, do you actually want to FaceTime next week?
I won't pick up. No, maybe.
Wow.
You can call me if I'm around. I'll pick up.
Next week's podcast is all about Ben, and it's just me and Edwin ripping into Ben while he's not here.
Fine. I'm on a beach somewhere.
Ben's going to be on a beach somewhere going, I need to finish that edit.
They're talking about me, aren't they?
Please no.
No, maybe we'll
With the
have to
strings.
see if we can get a guest in next week.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Because that's what always happens when Ben's not here. There's a guest here.
Yeah, Ben doesn't like it.
But
That's not true. Thank you very much.
Cav, mate, he hates you.
No, I have another job I have to do.
Right. Thank you very much for listening to the Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast. We will be back next week as ever. Cars get the money. Dollar cars.
Without Ben.
Also, there's merch soon. Bye.